Hello guys, and welcome back to another informative Crypto Potato video. In today's video, however, we're going to be mixing it up a little, as we're going to answer 12 of the top frequently asked questions you must know about Bitcoin. So sit back, relax, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get started. Coming in at number 1 with the question that everybody should know is, who invented Bitcoin? In 2008, during the global economic meltdown, also known as the subprime mortgage crisis, someone using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto decided that it was the right time for the very first decentralized currency. More than a decade later, this individual or group of people still remains unknown. It was on October 31st, 2008 that the idea for Bitcoin was introduced with the release of the white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, written by Satoshi Nakamoto. Who controls Bitcoin? Now, it was once the belief that a central entity such as a major bank or a government must stand behind a currency and work to guarantee the stability of the economy. However, Bitcoin, on the other hand, gives us, the user, complete control. It's governed by mathematics based on a transparent algorithm that's verifiably predictable and unfazed by human decisions. Finally, we hold full control of our own money. Who's eligible to create a Bitcoin account? Absolutely anyone is the answer to this question. Old, young, male or female, rich or poor. Bitcoin's network is open 24/7, 365 days a year, so you can go ahead and open an account right now if you want. How and where to store your Bitcoin? Just as regular coins are stored in your wallet, Bitcoins are also stored in a dedicated digital wallet. Each one has its public digital address where coins can be received. There's no cost to create a wallet, and there's no limit as to how many wallets you can have. Is it safe to send Bitcoin? Just like all transactions, there are of course risks. However, a Bitcoin transaction is a digitally signed order and it's securely encrypted. Once the transaction is signed by the outgoing wallet, it gets broadcast to the public ledger and then listed on the Block Explorer, where it's visible to anyone. How long does it take to send Bitcoin? Usually, it takes an average of about 10 minutes to close a block and confirm a Bitcoin transaction. But this can vary depending on the current network usage. Oh, and by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, and perhaps you've even learned something new, then it's definitely worth hitting that subscribe button so you're always updated when we release a new video. Okay, let's get back to it. At number 7, we have, what's the cost to send Bitcoin? The only cost associated with sending Bitcoin from one address to another is the transaction fee, which is added to each order and paid to the miner for his work. Remember, miners have to validate and verify the transaction and add it into a block. Relative to the means of money transfers, the cost of transferring Bitcoin is significantly cheaper. To emphasize how cheap it is to send vast amounts in Bitcoin, this transaction of $101 million was sent only for $121 in fees. How to buy Bitcoin? To keep it simple, the easiest way to buy Bitcoin is online through a reliable crypto exchange or through a physical Bitcoin ATM. There are many of these located around the world. In the case of an exchange, you can immediately buy via credit card, or if you prefer, you can send wire transfer, which will usually carry cheaper transaction costs. Is it possible to buy or send less than 1 Bitcoin? Bitcoin has 8 numbers after the decimal, meaning the smallest amount is 0.000000001 Bitcoin. And this unit of measurement is called 1 Satoshi. You can send as much or as little as you need. So the answer is yes. You can split a Bitcoin and just purchase part of it. Who accepts Bitcoin and what can I buy with it? Today, more and more businesses are adopting Bitcoin as a valid payment method. Bitcoin's daily use as money is still not as common as the traditional fiat currency, but your Bitcoin account can now be linked directly to Visa debit cards, so using Bitcoin for purchases could be sooner than you think. What's the Guinness record for the most expensive pizza? Now, I think you can already guess where this question is going. During the summer of 2010, when Bitcoin was still in its infancy, one of the early adopters, Lazio Hanyach, tried very hard and succeeded in ordering pizza and paying for it with Bitcoin. Okay, well, not exactly paying Bitcoin direct to Papa John's, but what he actually did was convince a lucky random person to purchase him 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins, since the value of Bitcoin was a few cents back then. This was later considered as the first ever purchase in Bitcoin, also becoming the world's most expensive pizza, as 10,000 Bitcoin was worth almost $700 million when Bitcoin recorded its all-time high in November 2021. And there we have it, 12 frequently asked questions by you guys. If you've got any more questions you'd like to know the answer to, then don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below, and perhaps they'll make it onto the next FAQ video. Otherwise, until our next video upload, see ya.